It's the early 1980s in Japan, and Nissan was looking to get the Skyline name back into racing at this time. Throughout the mid-60s and early 70s, the Skyline GT-R had dominated races like at Fuji Speedway, accruing in the time span over 50 wins. It was said that nothing could rival a Skyline except another Skyline. About 10 years after the final races in 1972, Nissan wanted to attain this success again. Bringing back the Skyline for 1982 based on their Skyline RS road car, using the same engine but tuned more like an F1 car on the inside than anything the original could accomplish, with about 560 horsepower from an LZ20B turbo. It first appeared in the 1982 Tsukuba circuit as a test run before going into other events, to the surprise of many, competing with cars like the BMW M1 Turbo and the Nissan Bluebird, its sister car. Part of the Super Silhouette cars, where the idea was that the top silhouette of the car had to be exactly the same as the original consumer production car, but anything below the top and internally could be tuned nearly without limit, hence the massive body kit and the crazy power output from this car. The car would go on to win 2 races in 1982, even competing in the 9 hours at Kyalami, and then 5 wins in 1983. Although the car would only enter 17 total races, its last races in 1984, the car was very short-lived, having almost half its races seem to be lost due to mechanical issues. The driver Masahiro Hasemi, piloting the boxy Skyline for the most part, was by no means a bad driver, just a run of bad luck with this car, being one of the first Japanese drivers to enter the Japanese Grand Prix F1 in 1976, and many successful races, starting at the age of 15 in 1964, placing second in the GP Japan race in 1967, followed by many first-place wins the year after. We'll look at October 2nd, 1983 at the Fuji 1,000 kilometers race. The 1983 World Endurance Championship in Japan was quite the race, with Porsche dominating with 6 positions on top of the entire field from qualifying, and a few scattered not far from there, noticeably the March 83G in 7th, which was a Nissan-powered Group C shell, kind of like the Lola or a Dome, interestingly with a similar LZ20B engine in it as the Skyline did, which the Skyline qualified for 16th place with a time of 1 minute 19 seconds, unlike the March that got a time of 1 minute 13 seconds, being a lighter, more aerodynamic prototype car. Unfortunately, in this race the Skyline did not finish. It's noted as having an oil leak as the cause of its DNF. Without these issues, the car had a lot of potential. So today we'll take the car out in Assetto Corsa to get an idea of what this car was like on the track at the time. The car that not many Americans knew about when it was released until the 90s, when they may have seen it in Gran Turismo 2, and maybe a resurgence in Gran Turismo 7 and Forza Motorsport 7 recently. The car lineup is for the most part similar. There's some replaced in this with cars that didn't show up, and even some that weren't in there, but are the closest matchup to what car was there. We'll try to see what we can do with Hasemi's qualifying time, and if I can live up to his skills for this little window into the past. It's such a slow car to start up, but I'm not sure what that was, but I guess we'll see what happens. Catching up to this guy. A lot of those Porsches, they're gonna pull away real quick though. And there's a Lancia right next to me. Let's see if we can pull away from him real quick. Oh no, he's just coming at me. The tires aren't even fully warmed up right now. Oh, and they're gonna start passing me back. Start slowing down here for the hairpin. He got right up on that. Okay. This back straight, I might be able to catch some of them. This car really has a lot of speed through here. Struggle. Got a few more of those to go. The original race was about 230 laps. We're just doing about 13 right now. Just to get an idea of how the car handles the track, what it was like for Hasemi at the time. And there's a Lancia coming right up onto me. I think that's a Lancia. No, it's not. Maybe a March. Pretty much prototype blind at this point. Stay light on the gas here. Very feathery. And then into this deceptive rate. I'm just afraid that car behind me is going to go too fast and bump me. Try to get away from him, but he is just pushing hard. And here we are into the downhill section. He let off the gas back there, it looks like. He must have panicked. Okay, final. This is a weird spot too, but we try to make it through here in one piece and hopefully not get wiped out. Okay, onto the straight. One of the longest straights in Japan, I believe, actually, Fuji. Looks like we're doing okay. Pulling away a little bit. Coming up on something up ahead. Don't know why I lifted off right there. Okay. Ease on the brakes. This is why I fear he's going to ram right into me. These gears are so close to each other, just so that the car stays into the spool zone for the turbo. And try to get through here. Don't want to get rammed. Putting up a fight with this guy, that's for damn sure. Just gotta pull away from him. Braking. Softer into second gear there, and he's coming right back onto me. He's got way better tires, probably. Way better brakes as well, being a prototype car like that. This thing just chugs though. Feathery with the gas here. Try to get back just a second for this corner. Third. Punch for that hairpin. Ooh, he is right on me at this point. why he slows down right there. I think all the AI does it for some reason. They're still fast in other sections though, so... Try to go through a late apex maybe. There we go. That seemed like it was better. You can hear that exhaust just kicking. Okay, we're on 5. Lap 5 here. Don't know our position yet, but I'm just trying to keep it calm. Cruise. Don't want to do anything too crazy. Especially at this point in the race, we're already halfway through it. We've got just over half a tank of gas right now, so we're not doing too bad. I don't know what lap Hasemi's car started having turbo issues, but I think it had an oil leak because the turbo exploded or failed. Maybe it was a seal that had a leak, and he's going to go for the pass right there. I was not focused talking about that turbo, but it's fine. We're just trying to get an idea of how the car feels on the track, all the cars that were around us, all this cool stuff. We're going to catch him up here again anyway. See if we can go for a pass. Can we make it? Oh, it wants to go sideways so much. We might be able to catch him on the straight coming up, but I don't know if I can keep up with him. He's really quick. Really shows just how good of a driver Hasemi was to get a 1 minute 19 seconds. I can only manage to get a 125. And we do have him on straight line speed here, so not too bad. I think that's a Nissan 240. Looks like it. Yeah. And a Celica maybe up ahead. Yeah, it's a 240. Cool little car. And I think that's a Celica coming up next. It goes a little wide there. It looks like he went off the track just a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's a Celica, I think. That's one of the only other little cars besides the Mazda RX-7. Yep. Go for the inside here. Try to stay inside, give him some room. Okay. I'll try to get back to that car up ahead there. You can hear that turbo pop. If you're not careful in this corner, if you're not very smooth, you're gonna have a bad day. See if I can go for the pass. I don't know if I can catch a slipstream from here. We're on 7th lap now. We're about halfway, a little over. Catching him. Braking point though. Don't want to do anything too crazy like that. He's going, he's punching it. He just disappears almost. Coming into the deceptive corner. I think I went into 5th there. Yep. Okay. Gone a little sideways. We're gonna run it. And for the hairpin. Just about caught him. It's probably a terrible line for this hairpin here. I feel like we can catch him though. I can feel the tires start to lose their grip, so I gotta make a good apex here just to try to get past him on that straight. Okay, I think this is where I can catch him. Cool. Right. Alrighty. Not too bad. Now I gotta keep a
good bit ahead of him here. He's gonna go right for the inside, so just gotta really run through them gears. I can slightly pull away, not too bad. Okay, just a little slight happy. Ooh, and the tires are starting to wear. I guess I'm pushing really hard. Hairpin. Okay, yeah, I can feel it. And we're only on the 9th lap. Alrighty. Try to pull away from him here in this straight. We do, but for how long? Can I keep up? Not too bad. That's a decent corner right there. Sounds so good. That little Rankle engine rotary. Crazy job. There's something off the track there. I think it's a Porsche. Try to slow down for this corner. And here comes the other car right behind me. Back end on 10th lap, coming into 11th lap. Yep. No, just 10th lap. Okay. Brake hard here. Try to get into the apex before that other car does. He's still back there. He had to fight traffic though. Oh, there's something up ahead. Might be that Celica, the green one. See the RX-7. Oh, I feel the tires starting to really go on the front end. We're at what, 3/4 or 2, a quarter of a tank, I should say. This is a dangerous spot to pass because they usually go wide. Looks like someone has retired. Shift down, third gear. Go for that. I didn't see who retired from the race. It was probably that car that ran off the track. We're going to try to see what we can catch these cars up here. I think one of them's an M1. There's another person retired to the pits. That was something that happened a lot in this race though. The race, I believe, actually ended because a car caught on fire right at
何かちょっとピットが騒がしくなってまいりましたが、これはトヨタ17番ですね。
そうですね。これは
トヨタトムスですね。これは
どうしたんでしょう。
どうしたんでしょう。
はい、
これはちゃんとコース側ですね。
そうですね。
ドライバーもすでに降りて柵を越えていきましたから大丈夫です。
Right at the finish line, but Oh, and he just runs the M1 right off the track. That's insane. That's one poor for the computer, though. And this Porsche, is that a Porsche? Oh, the tires are just gone at this point. I think that's a Rotherman's Porsche right there. Oh, he's pushing me right into the... a little bit wide there. Kind of afraid to be around them. As we go into the few last laps, let him pass by. That's the Rothermans. So I think that's Derek Bell in that number 2 Porsche. They weren't messing around when they brought these Porsches into this race. They brought a Le Mans professional into this. I think he did F1 as well as Jack X. I think that's how you say his name. And what's going on? On final lap. That Porsche right there must be the... So Derek Bell must be the leader, it looks like. I would say I'm a lap down, though. Alright, let's try to see if we can manage here. There goes Derek Bell in the number 2 car. I think that's Jack behind me. I can't tell. All this traffic caught everyone up, though. What a weird time to be driving. Come on, Nissan. Okay, try to get past him here. Let the other Porsches contend with that. We're on the final lap. Let's see how we can get through the rest of this section without any issues on these tires that are pretty worn. I don't know if that green car up ahead. Take it easy through here now that we're pretty okay. Swing it out just a little bit. Go for it. Final lap. This is the one. We actually placed 12th. That's not too bad. Man, that was tough. I could only imagine what the real car was like with the no power steering. This was just a bit of that. 12th position, though, that's not too bad. Just shows what Hasemi could have done with this car, honestly. And that's over just 13 laps. He had 230 without issue. He would have probably done a lot better, and as well as being a better driver overall.
Hasemi does demo the car still every once in a while, but he doesn't go all out in it, just demonstrates it. And that's going to cover a little bit of the history behind the Skyline Super Silhouette and its driver, as well as a little look into the past. I hope you enjoyed, and even if you didn't care for the race, I hope you learned a little bit about this iconic machine and its sad bit of history, although it did make way for the rest of the GT-R series cars we see today.